Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am suited and booted in my most millennium of outfits and my most obvious and indiscreet of wigs, because today we are going to be diving into the fashion, or lack thereof, in the latest Mean Girls movie. So we all remember the iconic style and fashion in the original 2004 Mean Girls movie. Now, I felt just a little bit sick when I realized that that movie is now 20 years old, but the fits, let me tell you, the outfits hold up. From the chic ensembles of the plastics to Katie's iconic early 2000s movie makeover, every outfit just really told a story and reflected the characters so well. Also, side note, the big makeover scenes in every 2000s movie is honestly the best bit. Let's have a look at how Regina's style reflects her character, for example. So compared to Gretchen and the toaster strudel empire, Regina is a little bit more old money rich. So that means her outfits are a little bit more quietly designer. They're a little bit more sophisticated and more timeless. But even when her outfits were more of the time, like the statement tee look, for example, she's still pairing that with like a Louis Vuitton handbag that's worth like $2,000. So when I tell you, there is no freaking way that Regina George would be caught dead wearing a squeaky shein pleather jacket or a cheap romwe fast fashion disaster. Like, it just completely misses the mark for her character and her upbringing and her social status and everything that's part of her background. And you know what? I totally get that they wanted to make her more modernized. They wanted to make her less hyper feminine. But girl, there's like tons of designer streetwear or more luxury modern fashion looks that would totally have suited her character. When we take a step back and we look at Regina George's style and her personality, we can see that both are defined by exclusivity, and therefore her outfits rest on being unattainable to her classmates. But in the new movie, every one of her outfits is shockingly attainable, like 5 clicks away on your phone and for really not that much money. Bottom line, it doesn't work. The only characters that I feel like they actually got close with were Janice and Damien, but then again, is there really that much difference between these two outfits other than the colors? Like, these characters are supposed to be polar opposites. There's no way they should be dressing so similarly. Is that even a word? Similarly. Similar? In the original movie, the fashion choices felt deliberate. They told us a lot about the characters and about how different each of the subcultures were to each other. But in the remake, there's no cohesion, there's no personality, and it's honestly just so forgettable. But this got me thinking, like, is this a reflection of Gen Z's own identity crisis? In today's world, fashion moments come and go faster than you can say, "I love you, Renee Rapp." No, seriously, call me. With social media constantly switching on the latest looks and aesthetics, it's really easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of new trends and find yourself changing your style identity constantly. But in the midst of this constant change, are we losing a distinct look for our generation? Like, think of any other era. 70s, you've got bell-bottom jeans, you've got hippie prints. 80s, neon, glam rock, punk. 90s, denim, baby tops, sportswear, those little beads that you put in your hair with that terrifying machine. But like, what the hell is going to come up on Google Images when future people search 2020s fashion on the internet? For Mean Girls 2024, the costume designer did admit that he took a lot of inspiration from TikTok influencers and trending brands, which is a choice. This movie was only filmed like 2 years ago, and people are already saying that that style is outdated. Like, how insane is that? Especially when the 2004 outfits are still so iconic to this day. And I think the most ironic thing about all this is that Y2K is trending right now. So they literally could have pulled from the archives and worn the same sort of style as they did in the original movie and still be completely on trend. But what I'm trying to say is, maybe this Gen Z costuming mess is a reflection of a generation that's really struggling to find its own style and its own identity amidst the chaos of fast trends and fleeting aesthetics. And this is something I've spoken about on this channel before, but for me, it all comes back to finding your own style identity and building your wardrobe on timeless, good quality pieces that are going to last and aren't just going to last one season and then have to be thrown away and swapped out for something else because they're outdated or because the quality was so poor They literally didn't survive the 20th wash. And I'm not a costume designer myself, though I do have a media degree. But I would have thought it's a lot more important to create outfits for a character that are going to look really good, age really well, and really going to suit their journey and their story, and not just create costumes for whatever's trending right now. Fashion is more than just clothes, it's self-expression, it's non-verbal communication. And how we dress really says a lot about us and how we want the world to perceive us. That being said, if you catch me in a local Asda at 10 p.m. in a hoodie buying snacks, that is not a true reflection of who I am. But yeah, that's just some thoughts I wanted to vomit out, like the vomit on Regina's shirt. I still love you though, Renee Rapp. Until next time, stay slay. And if you are a Mean Girls fan, maybe stream my latest song because it is very Mean Girls-esque. It's called Fake Friend, and it is about those shady bitches in your life that pretend to be your friend and then stab you in the back. And it's totally not based on real life at all. But enjoy that, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Know that you can stand how confident I am, 'cause you've gotta be something